بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم نحمد ونصلي على رسول الكريم اللهم لا علم لنا إلا ما علمتنا إنك أنت العليم الحكيم. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي. رب زدني علما وارزقنا الرحمة. رب يسر ولا تسر وتمنه بالخير وبك نستعين. يا فتاح يا فتاح يا عليم يا عليم.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. وعنه قال رسول الله
صلى
صلى الله
الله
عليه
عليه
وسلم:
وسلم.
نفس عن مؤمن كربة من كرب الدنيا نفس الله عن كربة من كرب يوم القيامة. وعن سواء related from Abu Hurairah رضي الله عنه صلى الله عليه وسلم: whoever removes from a believer an anxiety from the anxiety of the dunya, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will remove an anxiety from the anxiety of the Qiyamah. of the last day. ومن يسر على معسر يسر الله عليه في الدنيا والآخرة. And whoever makes it easy for somebody who's going to go to God, Allah will make it easier for him in the dunya and the akhirah. ومن ستر مسلما ستره الله في الدنيا والآخرة. And whoever conceals for a believer, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will conceal for him in the dunya and the akhirah. والله في عون العبد ما كان العبد في عون أخيه. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will assist the servant as long as the servant assists the servant. ومن سلك طريقا يلتمس فيه علما يسر الله له به طريقا إلى الجنة. Whoever turns the path seeking knowledge in it, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will make that path make his path into Jannah. ومن اجتمع قوم في بيت من بيوت الله يتلون كتاب الله ويتدارسونه بينهم. Whoever gathers in the house from the house of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, reciting the book of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and learning and teaching between them, إلا نزلت عليهم السكينة, except the tranquility descends upon them, وغشيتهم الرحمة, and Rahma envelops them, وحفتهم الملائكة, and the Malaika gather around them, وذكرهم الله في من عنده, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentioned them among those who are with him. ومن بطأ به عمله لم يسرع به نفسه. Muslim.
The last one. Yeah, so whoever slacks in this, then his lineage will not save him. Whoever slacks in it, his lineage will not save him. He mustn't depend on his lineage. So this hadith emphasizes the greatness of Islam teaching. It aims to show that you must grow love, compassion, and cooperation amongst all human beings, that they may live in peace and give each other's right. And in the start, it starts here, whoever's in any anxiety and you relieve him, then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will relieve you. So here he's showing that if your brother is facing any hardship, he has any debts, then you should help him out if you by the means and you relieve him of his debts. Then also it says that whoever conceals a person. So this concealing means that whoever could be that whoever does a sin and you conceal his sin, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will conceal the sin on the day of Qiyamah. Then the other meaning is whoever conceals him, meaning whoever provides for him clothing. Maybe he's not dressed, he doesn't have enough funds to buy proper clothing, his clothing is tattered or torn, and then you grant him clothing, you conceal him. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will conceal you with nice clothing in Jannah. And then it also goes that to the one part of the hadith towards the end, it says that those people who gather in the masjid, in the houses of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, to remember Allah or to recite the Quran and to learn the Quran, then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala shows them mercy. And those people who tread the path of seeking knowledge, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala makes the path easy for them. Then the last part, the hadith concludes by laying stress on deeds which people must do on their own and which will grant them prosperity in the year after. And without these deeds, nothing is going to help you. No nasab and no mal. Doesn't mean that you had enough mal in this world going to help you, or your nasab, your lineage is going to help you just because you were born into a good family. The whole family could have been pious and never had an effect on you. Then you have to do your own deeds. So everybody carries it with their own burden.
وعنه قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم: أول الناس مستشهدا فأوتي به فعرفه نعمة عرفها فقال فما علمت فيها فما عملت فيها قال قاتلت فيك حتى استشهد حتى استشهدت قال كذبت ولكنك قاتلت لأن يقال الجريء فقد قيل ثم أمر به فسحب على وجهه حتى ألقي في النار. And so Abu Hurairah the first people, the first one will be judged on the day of Qiyamah will be a person who was martyred. So he will be brought forward and he will be made reminded of his last month. And he will be said to him, so what did you do at the accident? And so he said that I fought for your pleasure until I was martyred. And you will be said that you have lied. However, you fought, but it may be said that you are a courageous person. Then it will be said that you will be commanded that you be dragged on his face until he is thrown into the fire. رجل تعلم العلم وعلمه وقرأ القرآن فأوتي به فعرفه منها نعمه فعرفها قال فما عملت فيها فقال تعلمت العلم وعلمت وقرأت فيك القرآن قال كذبت ولكنك تعلمت العلم يقال إنك عالم وقرأت القرآن قال قد قيل ثم أمر به and he will be asked the person to be done with the acid. They said that I studied and put it never the Quran to your pleasure. So he said that you have life, the way you learn knowledge, that you're an alim, you return to the Quran, he said that you're a Qari, then you will be commanded that you be and correct in his faith. كله فأوتي به فعرفه نعمه وعرفه قال الكمان فيها قال فيها فقد إلى الكمان شكرا any part that I have spent, it is except that I spend for it for your pleasure. They will be said as your right. Whatever you spend, so it will be said that they generous person that will be said that making his face and thinking trust.
So the hadith makes very clear how important it is to form a sincere intention before doing deeds. If a person's intention is faulty, or however great deed it is, it will not help him in the least. Even a person has been made shaheed, he went and he fought, it will also not help him. Allah loves only those deeds which is performed for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's pleasure and with the intention to obey Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and only for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Otherwise it will be rejected. So how do you say it? How do you form an intention that is purely for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? When you're doing the action, there's three things. You check your intention before you do the action, while you're doing the action, and at the end of the action. And then at the end, when you finish, you check the intention 3 times. After that, you make istighfar to make sure that the action was done only for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's pleasure. learn that in tabligh season. Take the intention 3 times before, during the action, and at the end. And then make istighfar to say, Allah, I'm doing this only for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's pleasure.